And we are back. Time for game number 3 here between Singularity and Evil Corporation. Just pulled out the Husker cheese. Make it here to this point. Tie up the series and keep their hopes and dreams alive of making it further here in the Galaxy Battles EU Qualifiers. This is a lower bracket elimination series, so everything on the line right here in this game. The winner will move up to the finals of the first stage to face up against Hellraisers, who knocked both of these teams down to the lower bracket in the first place. So do with that what you will. Winter Wyvern, first pick here for Singularity, very common, very strong. Slayer here, very good in the later parts of the game as well with the Winter's Curse. I've said it way too often in the past couple of days here, so I hope everyone's on the same page on that hero.
Dire team pick.
And Evil Corporation, they got themselves a second pick, which means, alright, Bane. Also very strong, so is the Gyrocopter apparently. He is, teams keep going back to it. I see it more and more often these days. And all of these heroes are ones that we've seen already in the series so far.
10 seconds remaining.
Bane, Clarity ran it in the offlane last game as the farmer, together with Sand King. So I wonder if Evil Corporation want to have something similar in mind. Didn't really work out, but it's really the fault of the Bane. He's doing some decent stuff with that farm and better levels that he's gotten. Excuse me. Ate a couple of apples, yeah, and then now they're coming back up here in parts, which is not ideal, but yeah. It's likely to be just another support Bane who can roam around, brainstab people. He's super annoying in the earlier parts of the game. There's the Husker ban, alright. Singularity. Don't want to be falling into that same trap twice in a row. Corporation gonna have to try and win the old-fashioned way up against the Wyvern Clockbook.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Taking a lot of extra time for the second ban though. Batrider and the Bloodseeker has been taken away from Evil Corporation. Been thinking about more cheeses that they can run, but I don't know. In this situation, I will always just ban out the Marana, just as a combination with the Bane.
5 seconds remaining.
But so far, it hasn't been the priority for either team, really. Other than that, like, just based on a draft, you don't get a lot of information about what other heroes Evil Corporation are looking for necessarily. From quite a number of heroes. Puck, of course, has been banned out. One of the big ones. Tiny is very popular these days too. They're no stranger to that one either. And this time it's the Legion Commander here that Old Me was handling so well in the last game too, so Singularity evidently scarred by that experience. I wonder if they want to bring out the Yellow Titan. That's what they played against them when they played in Pro Dota Cup.
5 seconds remaining.
They had the Shadow Demon, Puck, Tiny. Incidentally, the first 3 bans for Team Singularity. Then the Storm Spirit. Wait. So the Puck was in a different series, not in that particular game. But the Tiny and the Shadow Demon, the ones that they played against Singularity when they won. Then the Storm Spirit, Disruptor, as well as Elder Titan. I can see Elder Titan working here actually, just with all the magic damage from Gyrocopter, you can amp that up a bit. Magic, and eventually physical damage too from the flak cannons. That natural order could be super useful.
Radiant team pick.
Vengeful Spirit, okay. Could be a support Venge, but at the same time could be some sort of aggressive lane with Gyrocopter either solo safe or dual lanes with Gyrocopter +1 or Gyro mid. There's plenty of options here with this kind of a pick now.
10 seconds remaining.
Also, probably gonna come down to what kind of lane heroes Singularity want to pick up now. Evil Corporation have that flexibility to react what Singularity wants to do, which is always a good position to be in any draft. Alright, so don't know what to expect here at this point. Gonna see the same kind of heroes that we've seen before. Gonna try and pull out something different. The strong ones have been banned out. Maybe you go back for Eraser here, even though it's not particularly. It's because there's no melee cores just yet.
Dire team
Not Bridge itself is also not ideal, so it's alright, just a Juggernaut. It's like in game number 1.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Sorry. Alright, Evil Corporation. Again, with Vengeful Spirit you can go for some sort of aggro lane. Pick another hero that has a bit of extra damage to work with that, so you can go for that. Also looking for mid hero as well as I don't know. Haven't seen these teams play enough to really be able to predict anything with anything with certainty. Dying would still be in the pool if they wanted to try and fit that in. Might not be too sure themselves. So.
Radiant team
Down to reserve time, but Mirana?
Mirana.
Alright. Coming out after all together with the Pain, so it's very safe, very standard. Might be caught off guard by that a couple of times, yeah. Nightmare into arrow. Very strong indeed. So now, question becomes, do they want to run this sort of aggro lane? With Vengeful Spirit, either support or a core?
Remaining.
And gyro safe, or do they want to just run that as a safe lane running about on the map here, trying to stabilize with brain sap and trading and what he does, then pick up another offlaner here now as last pick. Tidehunter would still be available if they wanted some more team fight.
Dire team
Also pretty good against Juggernaut.
Storm Spirit.
Tough against Storm Spirit. Would really like to have some really strong lockdown against that, and that's where the Doom comes to mind as a potential. For obvious reasons.
10 seconds remaining.
With that pick, what does Singularity want?
5 seconds remaining.
Aqua probably gonna be the 4, so they're looking for an offlaner too.
Radiant
Wouldn't hate
team
Tidehunter
back.
for them either, honestly, but he's a bit more endangered in that offlane than would be if it was. And yeah, okay, they ban out the Doom. Makes a lot of sense. Actually, no, it doesn't, because they could have picked it up themselves easily, but maybe they have something in mind that can deal with the storm. They may be building an Orchid, Queen of Pain.
5 seconds remaining.
Would be doing that out of the middle lane or the off lane. Or the safe lane here, solo safe. This is a very viable option, so maybe that's what they're thinking. Doom, pretty decent against that as well, whatever else they have to. Taking heroes out of the fight so they can't cast their spells, generally a good thing to have. Alright, running down the reserve time to the last second here on that last ban.
Radiant
And it is the
team
Queen of
pick.
Pain, alright, so Team Singularity, we're thinking the same thing.
Dire team pick.
The Magnus coming out at last. The classic Magnus Juggernaut combo. Winter Wyvern as well, so you can kind of set up for each other. Either Winter Wyvern finds the Winter's Curse first, gets a couple of heroes, that's an easy setup for Magnus to just walk up and RP. Or the other way around, right? You RP, you skewer, your Winter's Curse, so just some extra
You may now
damage.
select your heroes.
This is gonna be the Anti-Mage coming through from Evil Corporation, generally considered to be a very OP hero these days. And if these heroes stay where they are, Be very interesting indeed, because Ryujin, he's been playing mid these past 2 games. Wouldn't mean the offlane and safely chopper. I'm curious to see how that will work out. Definitely you shouldn't really have the best start. Always should be able to sort of just stay alive with the blue. Once you get more and more levels, you can kind of shrug off the magical damage from the storms with if you put them into the field. You can also just walk up, try and trade a little bit with the mana burn to make it very annoying for Mastermind. Huh. Unless there's switch roles. That's the other thing. There's a very viable possibility as well, and you could still have the Mirana mid. Maybe it's just a matter of, hey, I want to play anti-mage. I can't play really Mirana all that well. You take a mid and we'll see.
Prepare for
It is a shared tango though, and it's the generally accepted sign of, hey, yeah, you're the mid hero. That together with the Self, Quelling Blade, and Stout Shield. Okay. Well, not quite as crazy as, or as cheesy perhaps as the Huskar, pulling that out. But it is uncommon nonetheless. Singularity, like, the hero that you cannot really punish very well with the Clockwork though. Just because of the blink, that is innate escape potential that he has. In that sense, he's quite similar to the Queen of Pain that they probably were still looking for before they shifted around.
30 seconds to battle.
Really curious to see how this lane works out. Never witnessed it myself. This as well, he's just through some of these trees. Make stacking easier for own me, I guess. Mirana doesn't expect to have the best time down bottom. It'd be okay too, right? Once you get the leap anyway.
The battle begins.
Something that can protect against Clock or sleeping out on that. Alright, we'll see how it works out again. I have no idea what to expect here. These 2 teams have proven to be quite even. Even in game number 1 was a lot of back and forth. So that finally settled here as a win for Team Singularity. Even that was not set in stone by the time it happened. Just a matter of losing the 1 team fight in the late game. Offlane Magnus, as per usual, can't really fall back easily into the jungle anymore. They're just gonna do what you can. Gets a bit of help from the Clockwork, just blocking the creeps a little bit in with the cogs. He's in a very advantageous position indeed. Straight up walking towards mid area and Solon. The they're the people here, the chosen ones, to try and turn things around. The cogs not really doing anything though until area walks into it. You made a couple of free right clicks off with the mana burn. That leaves the bottom lane here. Fox versus Mirana. By one me. Should be alright. Let's see whether we beat the mids like in the last patch. That was back when Juggernaut did have the performance shields. Now, just as we rely on the Stout Shield, Mirana's right click damage is not the biggest in the world. Always just do that. Just throw out arrows into the creep camp in the meantime. Just get the extra bit of farm. Well, that should be fine for EC. And this top lane should be working out alright as well, even if they're not able to zone out the Magnus. Mike is a little bit too bold though, he might just be stunning up. Rocket to follow into like the Rocket Barrage. No, I'm not really committing for that just yet. Big question mark is still his mid lane for now. Area camping it. Mastermind's not exactly having an easy time trying to zone out the anti-mage. The moment you stand there, you get wailed away at by area with another brain stab here, almost a kill here even. And tech range is also very pitiful, that if you want to attack Ryujin, if you want to drop down some remnants, he also has the opportunity to just walk up, get hit with a couple of mana burns.
Denied.
Not an easy situation here as it turns out. No soul in here. The TT road, alright. A bit annoying. You're gonna have to wait that out a little bit, but with the Arctic burn cooldown too. Cannot make much more use out of that anymore. Area though, well, half health, but more importantly is out of mana anyway, so just Go back to base, recharge, maybe TP back in if necessary. And continue doing what he's doing. Three lanes going quite well so far for E-Corp. That's my also getting, as I was talking about, a decent farm, Mikey. Trying to interrupt as much as he can, gets 2 extra nice here, that's useful. If they might want to punish him for it, that is not enough mana for anything worthwhile though. Bit of tap on the back. Another one of these games that's both teams just happy to farm up, poke and prod a little bit here and there. Not really committing for any kill one way or the other. Because Aereo felt kind of forced to stick around mid, or they made the decision to shut down the Storm Spirit as much as they can. With this matchup with Anti-Mage, it makes a lot of sense. He didn't even go for the Nightmare just yet. I'd pick it up at level 3 here. Either that or next to points in the tap. Yeah, there is. So he has no intention of roaming down towards the bottom lane and trying to set up the kill. Hero like Juggernaut, which has a decent amount of health points. Might not be able to burst them down even with a long stun duration. Focusing all these efforts in here, and again, Mirana is doing fine enough. 10 and 2 to the 21 and 12. Respectable for an offlaner. More importantly here, you're getting levels. Over 4 minutes. Do a benchmark. Mid. Lean forward here actually as the stun up comes through from Kaoli. And first blood being drawn with that rotation. And for the Anti-Mage, so out of mid, out of the safe lane, he's still gonna build the same items, still gonna do the same thing eventually here if you let him. Gonna be a bit of an arms race between him as well as Mastermind if he wants to go for some sort of orchid. If he's sitting there at a bad timing here when Ryujin is getting close to his Manta style or already has it, then it's really a thing. Really worthwhile against him anyway. It'll be useful against the other Corpse heroes obviously, especially like the support Bane and Vengeful Spirit. Could make for some good free and easy pickoffs, but well, also want some sort of defensive item. Use Lincolns or BKB just against the Anti-Mage. If he's strong enough, he can just walk up or blink on top of the Storm Spirit. Maybe already have an Abyssal late. That's obviously much later in the game. If you don't have Lincolns against that, then get Abyssal and mana voided. And the beauty is this last pick, it does give you that late game security, even with the Magnus empowering a Juggernaut on the field. Juggernaut, there it is. Arrow already used some creep though, so a bit of slightly miscommunication maps. Area showing himself down bottom to no avail, but he was brought out anyway, I believe, by this Observer Ward. If they actually know about it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. The prize is mine.
And it's in. What do you want to kill? Casting a lot of SE8 Dota last couple of weeks, and it almost never happens there, so it's a bit interesting to see. Teams just being very static in the lanes. And we're in a situation where Mastermind is forced out on third. Very same last game. He was able to catch up with a couple of kills here and there, and mostly just farming up the jungle. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see him do the same thing right now. Or soon anyway, if mid lane continues to be pressured by the Bane as well as the Anti-Mage. For now though, they're both kind of low in health, so they'll have to line up. Hold on. Okay. Triple stack here being farmed up by Flansmeister, so I like that too, because Core Avenge is a thing, because this hero scales really well with levels. Just a couple of items. So having Flansmeister inside the jungle, farming that up a little bit. Probably a little bit slower than if he was continuing to farm the lane. Just freeing that up for the Venge means that you're gonna get the best of both worlds. You have both of these heroes probably hitting quite a decent timing in terms of their levels to be able to put on a lot of pressure once they decide to start rotating around. Look for indications like, alright, when does Mirana put a point into the Moonlight Shadow? And probably see some sort of invis rotation.
Perfect.
What the timing would be right now with the Storm Spirit closing in on level 6. It looked like they were gonna get that. Moonlight Kaoli just runs to the Bashrock, might use that to follow up with some extra damage. Pretty sure it comes out just to try and save them, but maybe also the start for Nox. With Nightmare into an arrow. And also leap forward and what? How was that a thing? They'll end up dying maybe here, but yeah, leap forward.
There were none.
It's awesome. How can you spin out of Nightmare Arrow like that? Did he attack before? No. I don't understand this at all. Anyway, they get the kills, no harm, no foul, I guess.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This anti-mage continues to farm. 60 lasted. A few of those were jungle camps, but well ahead of his mid lane opponents, which is right now Solon, I guess. 353, super poor, despite all the wards in this game so far. And like what, 4 losses his name? But even his actual mid lane opponent, Mastermind, talked about zone out a little bit. He does have the invis now, so do a little bit with that. Meanwhile, 2 of their number, Nox and Bashrock together. Looking up top, now the RP. Alright, it is isolating Jolly Cop. Omni Circle connection, everything. Let's get the call down. I guess. Not really enough to do anything. Mastermind, well, enough lockdown here on the left floor, but there is Fiend Script here. They're gonna go on to Winter Wyvern instead. Region with the big old ult, but he blinked in for this too. So Mastermind coming out of nowhere with that Invis Rune. We'll be able to claim the counter kill, and this is extremely useful, especially if they can get the secondary kill in the area. More right clicks. Kaoli coming through. The stun will be dodged by a zip. Area still gets him gets some brain zip off, keeping himself alive. And well, it is Bashrock who's just left to his own devices. Mastermind unable to really help him out. Perhaps a bit too greedy. Almost left to sprint to last. That would be hilarious indeed. Good patience for Mastermind, just sitting there in this for as long as he could. Waiting for E-Corp to make a move, and they did. Anti-Mage committing in for the blink to get the max damage out on the Fiend Script target. It's wasting time, just walking up instead and having the blink dagger, the blink still available. Ended up hurting him quite a bit. But he's right back at it. Sentinel last, it's 4.8k gold still, so it's need to try and pull that kind of stuff off a couple of more times. But without having really strong lockdown in that lane, it's not really easy. The only thing that's really sort of reliable is the Wound's Curse. And the RP obviously is the big stun from Nike. Depending on the situation here, depending on the quick fingers of the anti-mage. So the spidey senses tingling just a little bit slowly. Might find himself in a situation where Mikey is winding up for an RP, but Ryujin already blinking out of that AoE. We'll see. Now bottom lane tower has fallen here with Nox making rotations. Double leap forward. He only really wants to get this kill, and he will. Oh, another single point up into the Colder base, and there is the RP now into the Fiend Script, though it's ultimately wasted. A couple more right clicks can come through into the arrow. Moonlight Shadow and the Nightmare here to keep Juggernaut away. Mikey taking it over. On the slash, alright, tanked up by Arias. He commits for the kill, just striking away with Brain Sap, keeping himself alive at the same time, trying to juke and jive under Invis here and will be successful. Mastermind gets the dust off, and well, they'll find Oldme sticking around a little bit too long.
Blow the man down.
On the better angle here, the Clockwork Rocket. Oh, it did connect. It's a level 1, so it's not really doing any damage, unfortunately. Look at this though. Look at this timing of the Battle Fury. Like 40 more gold, so after this creep camp, call it 12.5 minutes. Reds and Battle Fury. Go. That's kind of scary. Meanwhile, up top, next to Fine Kill. Okay, the arrow will connect on Basher and finish him off. Cody will swap out, also bringing Solon in a little bit closer, trying to TP out. Very hopeful there. plenty of damage with a maxed out Wave of Terror, so -6 armor, pretty damn good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Lane also proving to be turning out quite well. Not like it's just an anti-mage, right? It's not the only one who's farming so well. Flinsmeister only a couple hundred gold away from him. His own inherent farming tools to make that possible. The problem that you may run into is that if Singularity can someone get control of this script. It's a feels bad man right there. Mastermind just trying to catch up, trying to farm the jungle, but area just says nope. I'm just gonna kill you with my ultimate and nothing else. Not even Nightmare into Fiend Script. No, just Fiend Script. Don't need anything else.
Radiant's middle tower
So it's a big if, but if Singularity can somehow control like at least their half of the map, then eCorp might run into the issue of not having enough farm to go around between these two cores. We'll have to make a decision. Alright, do we focus on Gyrocopter, backing him up, or do we focus on Anti-Mage? Do we hookshot? We'll actually connect up top. The Gunner Fence swapped up by Keoli, stun under town to Juggernaut. He Gasket on the shop. A little bit of damage and delay. Nice little RP though on 2 with the Empower. Still available on Juggernaut, but only also coming in. They'll trade for 1, 2, one more light click with the Shadow Wave, while also tracking down Mikey. Another leap, another couple of arrows. That will be that. Pretty solid. Same time, Bane going down in the bottom lane. Mastermind, guess working together with Solon to make that happen. Two fights simultaneously, top lane and eCorp coming out way ahead though. Even though they lost Flansmeister, they got 3 kills including Juggernaut. Might not have even gotten Copter there in the end, I believe, because I believe the Omni Slashes. 1 or 2 swipes weren't Keoli, but then he transferred over. Regardless, there was enough damage at least for Flens. But yeah, it only means that Ryujin has a bit of extra time to get ahead of his own teammate in terms of net worth. 7.7k net worth available for him. Yash already in the inventory is gonna finish the Mantis style in like what, 18 at the 18-minute mark or something. Can do this like this. Maybe earlier. But it gets scary, right? It's a lot of extra damage output if nothing else. Also mean that this Orchid the Storm Spirit is queued up. Hasn't even really started on it yet. Kaya just being too strong of an item this early to justify that. But yeah, by the time he gets Orchid, Mantis style will be up and running for Anti-Mage, so Mastermind will not necessarily be able to make use of that unless he catches him after the Mantle has been used. And even then, you know, he already has max spell shield. And he's gonna get a couple of extra levels, stats from the Mantle Style too, to help him even survive that Orchid Burst. Let's see though, Nightmare to Arrow, okay. Get back, this is my kill! Top lane though at the same time, Flansmeister just tanks the RP to the face, they have dust, they have sentries, so that's Moon Shadow. Will not help him out. Current trade technically in favor of Singularity, especially if they can secure this tower here as well. Have the catapult with them, plus the Empower Juggernaut, plus the healing one. Pretty damn solid. They will trade 1 for 1 in that sense as well though. Ryujin finishes up the bottom lane. Now we can transfer with mid. This lane's also being pushed in quite heavily. 3 range creeps, a catapult. No reason not to here unless he's scared. He very well might be at this point. Getting anything there? Alright. They're walking across. Let's say a warding mission, but you just want to find kills. Got that now, confirmed by rocket flares. Look at this radiant vision as well, all over the Dice jungle. Very safe place for them to fight now. It's just this entire top half of the map. Side though with similar deep vision everywhere. Set up for a tier 1 top here though, go right now, it's about to expire. The one near the Ancients and this one down here, setting up for the kill on Storm Spirit earlier, seeing him farm. Being at very low health. Now though, just making sure that The timings and the style is completed, just needs to be flown out. Stolen. Well, he got his boots and his one, so that's something. Poor guy will... It will run into area after all. Nightmare. DP coming through though. On Bashrook, they might not want to go for this, and they don't indeed. It's good. Well, would have been cancelled, but now the hookshot will still connect him to area. He's in a bit of trouble. Ryujin will try to be scary, but also be forced to kill his own teammates with the wind scores coming through. Ryujin wants some revenge. That's for damn sure. And, well, one more right leg. Bull's just buying time here at this point. The way he walks out of there, so... 1 for 1. Anti-Mage very happy about that. Meanwhile, Blink skewer onto Kaoli. Only is there with Minister no. Now, take up the RP into the Omnislash on the Empower though! Oh, both of them! So low on health, and Kaoli, well, the lowest amount of health possible. Mastermind with a long zip and a secondary one to finish off the kill Miranda too. Singularity come out with a few really good kills. Now Bashrook just zoning area away here from the Nightmare target. He takes the Fiend's Grip himself. Mastermind kinda low on mana. He can't really go and cancel it. Together with a call down, they will at least get the consolation kill. We'll lose that tower. It's great perhaps region there as well. Just got his man style delivered, and then is trying to make use of it. Nox with the instant spin. Get to dodge that as well, tanking up that rocket. Question: how can they deal with this anti-mage? Not sure they can, honestly. Storm Spirit has seen that meta style was an inevitability very early on. Drifted away from the Orchid, back into the Bloodstone build. That's the thing, right? You can't really fight into anti-mage. Even going for Aghanim Scepter, which could be devastating. If Winter Wyvern, if Solon gets the idea, oh yeah, just lock him down, press the Winter's Curse on him, and it'll be fine, it'll set up for the RP and whatnot. All of a sudden his own team gets Winter's Curse if he's not careful.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
At this point you have to just try and ignore him, jump on the backlines. So you see, yeah, Blink takes queued up in Juggernaut towards that end. Blink across the Omnislash and supports. Try and isolate the Anti-Mage. Easier said than done. Like, it's that and or just catching him with reverse polarity, just looking down with whatever you have. That's the alternative. Region would spot it out. Mastermind will be happy about that. But maybe even take a team fight. Mikey has had that Blink ticket for a while. Looking to Shadow Blade now to make our piece even easier. But looks like Evil Corp. Yeah, they knew something's amiss. Mikey walking the way he is. He'd be on out of there. Stolen. Didn't know Spidey senses tingling though. And I guess just Region showing a lane. Been a while in this game where things start to blow up. Both teams again just very timid. They don't want to give up anything, don't want to overextend. And even the co-op, they gotta be happy with the way this game's going, right? Anti-Mage has the Aghanim Scepter completed already. This is how fast he's farming. On me with the 4 staff. Pretty Turrican Pike here with the Wraith and Dragonlance already in his inventory. So now, not sure if that's the best time to fight. Mastermind tipping into the shrine. There's a couple of heroes here. The hookshot will connect onto Anti-Mage. RP as well. They're trying to do everything, but there it is. The Aghanim Scepter bounces the Omnislash back. Region ready to fight. Rest of only good damage done by that Starstorm. They blow up one. Clockwork comes right back in here. They're still under the shrine. Swap into the Blink. But that is the Winter's Curse on Mirana. Region forced to keep going on out of there. Buyback was used.
Stupendous.
So still a 1-for-1 trade with that in mind. As much as Singularity gonna fall through here with that axe reveal, just Juggernaut. He ends up saving the Anti-Mage there. That same mistake shouldn't happen again though. They know, alright, he does have that now available. I need to trigger for something for him.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Time we can just get a few greedy heroes. I'm not sure what he was doing. Trying to plant down a ward. He didn't end up doing so, I believe. Still has it here. Alright, Singularity with that, they kind of stabilize somewhat. Look at the gold graph, it's been hovering around this between the 5 and 6, 7k mark here for a while. And a lot of the net worth is down on the anti-mage.
Illusion.
Who still wants that one extra item, at least the basher, right? Once you have the basher, you can go crazy on the Storm Spirit, who is very far from the Lincoln Sphere indeed. So, Link Abyssal on Storm, not just gonna kill him, but potentially the rest of his team as well if they get too close for the Mana Void to do damage. For now, gets slow off still, might be another P in 10 seconds. Level 20 as well though. Link Uncontrollable Illusion. Seems good. While playing straight up Scoop out from the Shadow. The last mine still gets the ultimate off though. Not enough damage here. You have to zip TP away. So you have to walk around the tree line. Make use of the homing missile on rock barrage as a follow up. A bit unfortunate. Hey, it is what it is, at least force him away. Getting some kills on Mastermind now would be pretty decent too, seeing how he just finished up his Bloodstone. Want to try and slow down his Lincoln Sphere as much as you can to give Anti-Mage more room to maneuver. Yeah, the ability to get this very good kill. Long Zip not going to do damage because he's on the Wind's Curse, but that was enough to perhaps to settle for him around. That's how he's doing though as well as a couple of leaps. Get on out of there. Meanwhile, alright, RP used on one into the hook shot here. That was on to Bane, the regen in front lines. Already got the kill on Juggernaut, swap in. Also stunned up by the arrow. What's the swap into an arrow? Holy hell, the rocket still flies and sees him even under Glimmer Cape, he dodges it. But the rest of his team is in a lot of trouble, so can be right click down. Same for Bashrok here, Singularity. Gonna lose 3 of theirs without losing, without even getting any kill whatsoever. Arrow and rocket to follow up the nightmare. It's a nightmare indeed. You just sit there and you see it coming, but there's nothing you can do about it. Like that. Look up, they're not wasting any time, going straight into the Roche Pit. Not spamming up these illusions. They don't die anymore. There's the arrow. We need minus number from the Wave of Terror, but it's more than enough. Ugh. Aegis, Basher already as well on the anti-mage. He's just so freaking strong. Almost doubling up the Storm Spirit in net worth. This is where we're at right now. Might very well soon here they get a few more towers. Reapers coming there. Lensmeister taking care of middle lane in the meantime. There's no RP for a little while longer. Easily finish up these tier 2. They might even decide to go high ground if they feel confident enough with the Aegis. Very well be a thing, especially can get stolen like that, but he preemptively sidesteps that arrow. Get the tier 2 top straight towards mid. Singularity, they can't really fight this, but they will RP back once they go high ground though. Or if they stick around here for high ground.
Illusion.
Okay, maybe trying to get something else done here. Mikey in this, bring the cross, and Mastermind will be able to provide the lockdown. That's a free kill on this. Paoli. Mastermind force up into the stun, so it can't be zipped, but real follow up, still plenty of mana left. Walk across, Flensmeister. Both of them TPing out, nothing you can do about it. Good series of events here for Singularity. Just a way to break free, right? Don't just sit in your base, just try and split push a lane, try and get a solo kill here. If the enemy team isolates themselves, and will force them back to their side of the map to deal with these issues. And if you then don't give up anything by yourself, then you're in a pretty decent position to push out the lanes yourself again and farm up your creep camps. Try and find a way back into this game. Right now, Ecorp, they're still sitting at a 12k advantage. Again, most of it is on the anti-mage. If you can somehow deal with him, things are looking up, but that's a big if right now. Especially for the next couple of minutes still, with that Aegis in hand. This is a free kill. If he had vision. But Glimmer Cape keeps Soul alive, so never mind. You with a Shadow Blade. I like this, right? He's looking for things. Any sort of kill that they get, if they are surgical enough, if they're quick enough on the retreat after, if they don't like end up giving up their cores in exchange. And that's more time to wait out the Aegis, more time to push out the lanes, find the next round of items. Storm Spirit, he is looking for that Lincoln Sphere still afterwards the Cypher Vice. Still a long way to go. Once you have these items, maybe you can work against Orban, work against the anti-mage. The Aghanim's makes this a little bit more tricky because Storm himself doesn't really have an easy way of triggering it without just locking himself down, even if he does have end up having the Scythe. That being said though, if you have Scythe and Lincolns, you walk up to Vortex or Scythe, whatever it is, will be blocked by anti-mage, but your own Lincolns will block the return. Then use the other, whatever's left, to try and control up the anti-mage. It's not easy. Will still require a lot of farm, and that's the big if as well. Singularity, they might not get to the point. E-Corp, they're feeling very strong right now. That Iron Vision arrow will actually fly onto Magnus. This is so big, and now Anti-Mage. Unknown Soul, and that's the next big threat. No one discussed for this fight for a little while. Even Basher go away. All that space created. All the glyph forced, and down bottom. Nox actually doing a split push. Tier 1 will fall. Last mine is there to get the creep up again. So they have to abandon this push. Yeah, strong, but not quite strong enough to go to backdoor, I'm pretty sure. Thinking around to look, perhaps look for more kills if someone coming out, but it's not gonna happen either. There's no reason for the rest of Singularity to do that, so well played. Almost like this one game that Navi played against Empire, and it's looking exactly the same. Empire just winning teamfights after teamfight, but Navi just kept skipping waves, kept pushing out the side lanes. Though Empire could never really get across and claim objectives because of backdoor region, and the exact situation here that Singularity is facing right now. Let's see how far they can take it. It's a very risky style because the moment you die once, the moment you get one creeper on your side of the map, you might just lose the game. Although they will have bought enough time for the Aegis to expire in less than a minute. Look at this. I know, with the Desolator, only he wants to contribute to the push. With that, he'll definitely be able to do that. Oh god. Sorry. Lensmice as well, so more utility, just cost efficient that I'm Sun Yasha, don't endurance. Hurricane Pike, and okay, that is the swap. They'll get out onto Nox here. Okay, no RP. Would have been a bit of a waste here just for Bane. Is still gonna get the kill. Hookshot cross, a stun on Nox, I believe that was an arrow. A couple more right clicks, so he kills him with the spin. So he can try and blink out a stun onto Storm Spirit here. The mana voice slightly early. But Region still coming across. Still enough to force on a couple of buybacks. Even Bane coming back in with the fray. Maybe they do have somewhere to be. Again, they played very straightforward in the last game with a Husker, just going when they felt that they had the advantage, when they felt that they could make this play and win the game. Might be another one of these situations. There's still an RP. There it is now. Try and bring it back. What? Oh yeah, of course you get the axe one too, so a bit interesting. There's the ultimate on Dimensional Spirit. Quite enough to bring Kaoli down. Finds a stun onto Nox. Nightmare though, bit of miscommunication, but it's still, everyone's very much alive on the side of E-Corp. More and more buybacks coming through. Singularity, well, that's the first dieback. Last one comes through, but he gets bashed up, brought down again! And this is what E-Corp knew could very well happen. Anti-Mage, even without the Aegis. Too strong with the rest of his team backing him up. All they got was Flens. It was not enough about these diebacks. Singularity lose game number 3. And with that, they lose the series out of the Galaxy Battles EU qualifiers. Ooh. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Evil Corporation making it through to face up against Hellraisers one more time. That was after they got a bit of a break. Got the death win up against Middle of Feed yesterday. But they've shown that they deserve to be where they are right now. Well, finals will be tomorrow, 2000 Central European time for this group. For now though, we have another lower bracket decider match. Group B for you. Penta Sports versus Team Doggy Coming up next. Don't go too far away.